All right, hello and welcome to the weather update. We have some rain in our area tonight. You can see we definitely got some rain here. Some showers actually that moved in a little earlier than I thought to. It actually started the rain. We had some rain showers moving a little bit after 7 o'clock actually. Before the rain showers, just a cloudy, gray, dank day. But I did see these kind of cool cloud formations here. Look at these wave clouds. They almost look like waves on the ocean here. This is actually looking toward, this is from Belmore. This is looking toward the South Shore, and you can see, look at that cloud. It almost looks like a wave there. Look at that. Is cool. Look at them. You can see there were three of them, actually. One, two, let's see. We'll zoom this out a little bit. You can see one, two, three right there. So, yeah, very, very cool looking to see that. Very cool looking art. That's not from Belmore, but you can see it was from another day. But you can see these wave clouds here. They're pretty cool there. One, two, three. Probably had a really nice view of it if you were at the beach or something like that. But yeah, like waves on an ocean, and they were over the ocean. So it's kind of cool. So let's look at our satellite image here, and you can see this is a very slow-moving cold front that we have that is in the area right now. Just up this to 48. See if we can actually see maybe what those clouds look like on the satellite. Yeah, you're not going to really be able to see them. But you can see this slow-moving cold front. You can see we're kind of dealing with the clouds all day long. Kind of damp out there. So we definitely got increasing humidity. Temperature in the mid-50s. But you notice the dew points now are also in the 50s. So it's a little humid out there. Actually, to put the air conditioner on, you can see New Jersey actually have dew points approaching 60 degrees. So that's kind of humid again. Not supposed to see humidity in April, but again, this is the way it is now with the climate. So let's go to the highs, and then I'm going to look at the precipitation, but I'm going to use a different thing. So high temperatures generally across the area, a little cooler on the North Shore, oddly enough. South Shore a little warmer, 61 generally. But look at how warm it got in New Jersey. Wow. So this is what I mean. That heat came in New Jersey. Look at this. 70s. Wow. A lot warmer in Jersey. That 75 in Lakehurst. 80. 80 at Coyle Field. So, yeah, you could sort of see where the warm front was. I can kind of draw that out for you. Where the warm front was right over here. So, right over here just about. That's where it was, but it was stationary. So even though it's a little damp here, we're getting into a little bit of it now, but you can see it was a lot warmer over Jersey. I bet you the sun probably came out for a little breaks of some hazy sun over there. So let's look at what it was like all day. We'll look at Lakehurst here because this is kind of interesting now. So it got up to, yeah, look at that. Yeah, you see what happened right around 12, 1 o'clock. Got into the 70s. 75, and the clouds kind of scattered out a little bit there. You had a west wind, no sea breeze. Yep, that'll do it. That's why luckily we didn't get that warm at all. But yeah, there you go. Wow, that's quite warm. That's interesting. That is quite interesting. Let's see about downtown Toms River though. Let's see if it got as warm there. No, wait a minute. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yeah, they take a lot more observations. There you can see, look at that. Wow, 70s from broke out to the 70s a little later after 2 o'clock, but there are 70s. It was an east-northeast wind, and then, yeah, they got into the warm sector. So they got into the warm sector, but we didn't see that warm sector at all here. If we look at Farmingdale here, we didn't see that warm sector at all today, luckily. So we were mainly only in there. We got into the low, like 61. We were overcast. There was some haze and mist too. That warm front never really made it through our area, so kind of interesting to look at that. Let's go to underground. All right, so let's look at precipitation for the day so far. Let's see how much precipitation we've gotten. Not a whole lot from these showers. They were pretty light, but enough to wet the ground. Only a 0.05. So, yeah, not expecting a whole lot of rain tonight, which it looks like they got a little more rain in some parts of New Jersey. Yeah, that heat probably helped. Some of those heavier showers right around Lakewood there. Looks like close to a quarter of an inch, but not really a whole lot of rain across the area. And now we're going to deal with the wind. So this is also going on here. record-breaking heat wave going on. Near all-time records being broken. It's just another sign of the climate crisis that we're going through here. All right, let's close that up there. So, dangerous heat wave endangers millions in India and Pakistan. So, the temperatures have hit 122-year-old records. So let's see how hot it got. So 112 degrees and 113 degrees was reported at Wardra. So that's very hot, and it's also very humid too. So you got to factor in the humidity with this too as well. And we're going to actually go to Vent2 Sky and actually look at this here to show you what they've been dealing with over India, because it's, like I said, some areas of the world are just becoming uninhabitable due to climate change, and India is going to be one of those places. You can see right now they're in the 80s. I think we have to take this back a little bit to during the day, I think. And let's see, because the time, you got to remember the times are off. You know, this is our time here, so yeah, there you go. So look at that, hundreds. Look at that, hundreds. You can see the borderline between that, and these are the mountains here that block it. Yeah, that's extremely hot, and very hot, very humid conditions there too. So we throw in the humidity here. Let's look at the dew points, because I have a feeling the dew points are very high. Let's find the dew points here. Humidity, and look at the dew points. Actually, no, the dew points are actually low. Okay, well, at least they have lower dew points in this part of India, but by the coast they have higher dew points. Look at these dew points up in the 70s. So if you're in Dhaka, where the dew point is 78, and the temperature is 95, yeah, that's pretty brutal. So this is dry air. It's probably coming in from the desert or something. Probably coming in from the desert in Africa or something. It's probably spreading over India. But at least it's not humid heat, but that's still pretty hot. It's still pretty hot. So at least we're not going to be dealing with any of that. That's insane right there. So let's go take a look at the models. We'll see how how the rest of the week's going to end. Luckily, we're going to be cool. And the reason for that is we go to the upper airflow here, which we'll go over in this weather update. See, we got a trough coming into the east, and it's going to stay there for a while. You can see that trough kind of staying there for a while, but eventually we do start trying to see another trough into May. So, yeah, this is going to be a cool pattern again. So the cool pattern continues. If we look at the 500 MB height anomaly here, you'll see troughs. We have a little bit of a ridge. There, but we got a trough for the rest of the week and a little bit of a ridge, and then another trough. So the troughs stay in the east. That's good. That keeps us cool, and therefore we're not going to be dealing with. And again, this is the GFS, the 18Z GFS run. So let's go and look at the surface. So this cold front moves offshore. We have a very strong blustery northwest flow tomorrow. There's instability, clouds, and showers. We'll see more sun as we get toward Thursday. That high builds closer. You can see we're kind of in that flow for a while. And our next chance of rain really won't be until in May. So we're going to have to watch possibly for fire risk with that wind. And it's going to be a dry wind, too. We haven't really gotten a whole lot of rain as well. So we're going to have to watch for that. And you know that's been going on in Arizona and parts of New Mexico. So let's look at the HRRR. 0Z HRRR. We should have enough in here. You'll see those showers. They'll linger around a little bit, but they should be gone by midnight. The drier air works in. Tomorrow you may have a small pop-up shower in the afternoon, probably very light. And then you'll see those tight isobars as we go into Thursday. So that is going to, I'm going to want to use the GFS, I think, for this. So, and again, you can see those tight isobars, and they're going to be with us for a while. That keeps us in the northwest flow for a while until we get toward maybe Monday. So let's go look at our dew point and wind flow here. So you'll see if we'll just start drying out after midnight tonight. Dry air comes in, strong northwest winds. You can see that dry air, and that's a concern for the fire risk because the humidity is going to be low. and the winds are going to be high, and things are going to be dry, and I think we have a chance of seeing some significant possibility of wildfires as we get into later this week. Look at our temperatures. And the GFS actually did a good job predicting that heat over Jersey. But as we get into tonight and by tomorrow morning, we'll have temperatures in the 40s. Tomorrow, we're going to be getting up into the mid to upper 50s. And then even cooler on Thursday with highs only in the low to mid 50s. And lows at night, the winds will stay up, so maybe we won't see the radiational cooling, but lows generally in the 35 to 40 degree range. And then Saturday, we start warming up again. We'll start moderating. Saturday, we'll see temperatures get back to close to normal, low 60s, and still warmer on Sunday for May 1st. And then we'll start seeing some warmth build into the area next week, but it will eventually get pushed back again. So let's look at the skies. And we'll use the RGM for that. So tomorrow we're going to have a cloud build up again. We'll see the sun for a little bit in the morning, and then we'll have a little bit of a cloud build up, though it won't be cloudy all the time. Sun passing clouds. More sun on Thursday. It seems to want to generate more clouds over Long Island, perhaps more sun over New Jersey on Thursday. And then Friday will be in a nice little window here where we'll have clear skies over, I think, most of Long Island and New Jersey, maybe a little bit clipping the east end there, but I think we'll be good all those days. It's a really good flow to be in. We can also look at the GFS with cloud cover. Here's Thursday. Here's tomorrow. And here's Thursday. You can see it seems to want to generate a few more clouds over Long Island, less over New Jersey. Friday, Long Island would be more in the clearer skies. And then we're kind of just sitting in this sweet spot here for at least a couple of days there where we'll have a nice clear sky between the low and the high. But that will keep the winds up. So that's why we have to watch out for the winds. And if we go to the Ventu Sky site, which we'll go back to here, we'll look at the wind gusts as we head into tomorrow because it will be on the breezy side. So if we look at these wind gusts, you'll see wind gusts to the 20s. I mean, not damaging winds, but, it's the dry wind and, the risk for wildfire. We're going to also have that worse wind, I think. Oh, yeah, Thursday is going to be even worse. The winds are going to be even stronger. So this is a day where we may have to watch out for wildfire risk here. You have some gusts going up to 40 miles an hour. And a sustained wind around 22. So that's quite windy for Thursday. And then Friday, winds back off a little bit. But we're going to have a period of windy weather, and that's why I'm concerned for a wildfire risk. And nobody's really talking about it, but I just pay attention, be mindful of it, and maybe put off any things like barbecues or anything like that if you're by the woods, just to be safe. And don't smoke in your car. It's another thing. It's bad enough I gotta deal with what I gotta deal with, but don't the smokers start a lot of wildfires, tossing their cigarettes out the window, which and also vehicles create sparks. So I think there's this elevated risk of wildfires, and I think we might wind up seeing some red flag warnings possibly for Thursday. We'll have to see what happens, but definitely conditions. We're gonna have to watch for this. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. And again, fire in the Pine Barrens, not the worst thing but for the Pine Barrens, though we'd like to see a controlled burn instead. But, it's when we get caught in the middle of it, that's when it can get dangerous. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Have a good night.